Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Manga After Dark. What's good, y'all? Hope everyone's week is going well. It's been a while since we've last been on. One Piece has been on a break. So I hope everyone's been relaxing, enjoying other series. Speaking of enjoying other series, I need to start to dive into my backlog of manga I need to catch up on. So again, those catch up streams will be coming. But right now, it's time for another awesome chapter of One Piece, chapter 1172, the Elbath I Admire. All right, so we got Bone Clay on the page with a bunch of flamingos in the back. Yeah, flamingos or no swans in the background. Cover requested by Pisa Maru. Some swans rummaging through Bon Clay's comics and putting on makeup. Shout out to Bon Clay. Hopefully they show up again in the series. I think there's gonna be another Impel Down raid. I think that's been getting set up. I definitely think Doflamingo's place in the story isn't over. Um, Even if it's just to run the Fade with Law one more time, I still think Doflamingo is going to play like a pivotal point in the story once more. So there definitely is going to be an Impel Down raid, in my opinion. So we'll see if that happens. I definitely think Weevil's going to get broken out. King and Queen are probably an Impel Down. I'm pretty sure they showed King and Queen, or at least we saw King and Impel Down. Well, he was in jail. I'm pretty sure that jail was Impel Down, but it might have been like a random jail somewhere else. I have to double check, but no, I think there's some characters that'll because like we have to get a story about the Lunarians from somebody, or they wouldn't just sprinkle it in and then that's it. King's gone, so there's no more discussions about Lunarians. So we're gonna have to get some type of Lunarian story from someone. Maybe King wasn't the last Lunarian, and there's another Lunarian hiding out somewhere in the Tuck. Um, but yes, yeah, so I think there's certain characters, and like Queen being Frankie's dad, they have to have some type of conversation, father son team up, something like Oda has to do something with that. He can't just leave it as a SBS thing and then just like, oops, I guess you put the pieces together. No, you have to like address this in some manner somehow. Um, because like there's like the whole Mads background, and we need to get like so. I guess Oda doesn't need to like dive into that organization's history, but I definitely think there's some room for for Queen and Frankie to have some interaction, exchange check, even if they don't recognize each other. Like if it was just some random, oh, you're a cyborg, I'm a cyborg too. You got a laser gun, I got a laser gun too, and they just and they never realize if Queen doesn't recognize his kid, that's kind of crazy. I guess it's been like decades. So if you abandon like a 5 year old, would you recognize them like 23 years later? I would hope you were like, kid looks familiar. But even if it's just like a funny, they compare tech with one another, not realizing the connection, something like that I think has to be done. So I definitely think there's going to be another Impel Down raid at some point to break out some key people. All right, notes. I want to Kawaka for the first. I saw Kawaka for the first time. It looked nothing like what you would see on the internet. The lift ascends to the sun realm. So they're on the lift and it's going upwards. Man, the scaling for Elbath is crazy. So Gaban, he's going up three. There are three foes up there. Their objective is clear. Their plan is to abduct 10 children from Elbath. The lift is still going up. So Hyrudian is holding Chopper and Gaban, and Gaban continues and take them to the Holy Land. The children will serve as living shields, leveraged to turn the warriors of Elbath into battle thralls. Three humans did all of this, said Hyrudian, to think that not even the giant warrior pirates or Yasan could stop them. Gerd is looking on. Sorry, I have no excuse. Sanji, they may be kids, but they're still giants, right? How can three people our size move them? Gabon, one of the three is a woman. Ugh. Poor Sanji. With a strange arrow ability, The children were unable to resist her. They just keep marching towards the West Village harbor. It's all over if they reach the ship and escape to sea. It'll all come down to that. So again, our game objectives. Then Road, why can't we just take the kids back? Gabon, one of the three men named Summers, I know a bit about him. He became a briar man after eating the thorn fruit. He can freely manipulate vines with sharp thorns. So we see Summers as Gabon is talking. Gabon continues. The vines can become transparent, and he's wrapped them around the children. Gerd. So he can't grab them? That's so cruel. Indeed. They're as tough as iron. If we clumsily try to get the kids, they'll break their line formation and they'll turn into pincushions. So you see an image of all the kids stabbing each other because of Summer's thorns. It's been set up so that they'll hurt each other. Gabon continues, and on top of that, the last one seems to have a power to make nightmares come true. The things that the kids find scary have come to life to prevent their escape. And that's Killingham. Haruden. The kids may appear to be just wandering. Oh no, this is Gabon. He continues. The kids may appear to just be wandering along in broad daylight, but it seems impossible for anyone to stop them. The intruders have set up some sort of twisted game with their three abilities. We'll save those kids no matter what, said Hydruden. Seems like the quickest solution is to target the three ability users. What the hell's this guy's name? Damn, it's gonna keep bothering me because I keep forgetting his name. Um, Even if they're as immortal as they claim, there should be a way to take them down. We could try trapping them or crushing them, maybe even eating them. Ha ha ha! Sounds promising. Let's do this. It's the Sun Realm. Prepare to disembark. So the guy Goldberg, there we go. That's his name. I was like, it's gonna come to me eventually. So Goldberg is looking sternly, and then the lift reaches. Thunk. Hydruden, huh? Then they see a giant knight and the dragon, and the whole place is on fire. Hydruden is looking in awe at the dragon, the Needle Hogger, whatever the hell it's called. Holy, that's an amazing panel. So there's a bunch of monsters, lightning clouds, dragons, sphinx lions, a ho-oh, a giant dude with a boxing glove, the sun god. This is beyond anything I imagine. Are there no limits to these nightmare monsters? Look at that. Is that the great Eric? Where is it? I don't even see it. Oh, yeah. I totally missed it. So in front of the dragon was the great Eric. Dory and Brogy were aborted earlier. So Gabon, Dory and Brogy were aborted earlier, leading the charge with their crew, but they were shot down by those monsters. Hydruden, it can't be. Yeah, that ship is done. It's all up in flames. Is that you, Hydruden? So there's another giant heading over. Oh, that's Kashi. Kashi-san, I'm glad you're okay. I was in the realm of the dead. Tell me what's going on. Yeah, Kashi's fucked up. You won't believe this. Listen closely. Dory and Brogy are trying to kill Elder JARUL. They all went crazy. Please, you've got to stop them. So Dory and Brogy, they look beastly in their transformed state, their Domi reversied state. And they're just like so massive. So I'm pretty sure they're ancient. This is ancient giant scaling. So they look about 3 times the size of the normal giants. Kashi-san, how about the children? This is Gerd talking. Ripley and the others went after them, but we've had no words on their status. The kids may have reached the harbor by now. Hey, Roto-san, listen. What? Bjorn was taken. This is bad, Bjorn. And then Rode just starts taking off. My little brother is one of their hostages? Roto! Gerd, I'll join you. Goldberg, me too. Kashi, No, this is Sanji. Kashi. Hey, Kashi, which way is the school? Nami-san and the rest should be close. Can you see the fire? It's coming from both the school and the library. Sanji, why is it on fire? Anyway, you said Dory and Brokey have gone crazy. That's right. Kashi, please hurry. Elder Jarul's in trouble, so we get the map. So we see where Zoro, Sanji, and the rest of the giants are, along with Chopper and Gaban. The school and library is on fire, and Saul is on the branch by the school. Dory and Brogy are heading to West Village to get Jarul, and then the kids are on the way to the harbor. And then Reese Castle is also by the West Village. I love when Oda has his maps displaying where everything is. That's pretty cool. Make sure I don't miss anything. All right, no. So branch number 8 is where the kids are marching towards, and then there's a lump. Yeah, that lump by Saul is probably indicated like Robin and Nami, but they should probably highlight that. It's an interesting little blurb. So, but I'm pretty sure that's probably indicating either that's where Nami, Usopp, and Jinbei and them are. Walrus Skull Owl Library. Near the library, the Straw Hats. Yeah, the library's burning down. They're crying. We need to get rid of these arrows before the kids are carried off. Usopp, Master Dory, Master Brogy, I can't stand seeing you like this. Jinbei, I doubt Chopper will be back anytime soon, and Brooks gone off somewhere. He must be up to something. Brooks making moves. Okay, okay. So the panel before it, where the wall is school, it looks like there's people sitting down or kneeling down. Maybe those are the Holy Knights watching. Kill Ja Rule. Please stop, captains. Open your eyes. The Domi Reverse, so this is the narrator here. Domi Reversi possessed giant pirates en route to West Village. So they're just terrorizing all the other giants trying to stop them. Child Rescue Team. Hang on there, kids. Be gone, you vile creatures. So you got a group of giants heading towards where the kids are, the hostage group. We're heading to the harbor, aren't we? If we get there, no whining. We're warriors of Elbaf. But we're not warriors. These are the tots talking. West Village. If you want to run, run. We have no choice, Elder Ja Rule. Captain Dory and Brokey won't listen to us anymore. Then Jarul, I won't retreat. There's still something I've got to tell Elbaf. Okay. Jarul has the last words. Yeah, Colin's being brave. I'm pretty sure the kid's name is Colin. It's been a while since I've seen his name, but I'm pretty sure it's Colin. So the transponder still activates. Gotcha. Listen, people of Elbaf. I will tell you everything before I die. Elder Jarul, our late dear King Harald, always believed in Elbaf coming together with the rest of the world, and that led to his attempt to join the world government. So Imu Gunko is listening, but his efforts were shunned and betrayed. 14 years ago on that fateful day, so the giants are listening, Elder Ja Rule, so he's going to tell them the truth. I saw it all with my very own eyes. Harold and all those soldiers were killed by an act of a demon. Harald struggled to his last breath to keep Elbath from falling into that demon's hands. I've held my tongue, fearing that our people would rise up in a revenge, leading us to an untimely war. But our king never wanted. And then so we got some giants. So there's another ancient giant. So wait, Loki didn't kill our king? So they're still fighting as they're listening. Loki took the people's anger upon himself when he sailed out to sea. He may have always been boorish, but he is innocent. Oh, he's vindicating him. What? Everyone's reaction. That's the gist. But it's not. But it's quiet how I'd put it. But that's the gist. But it's not quite how I'd put it. Don't get carried away, Elder Ja Rule. So this is Zoro and Haruden running towards them. Now today, three new demons have. So this is JARUL continuing. Now today, three new demons. So is Zoro's listening to the flashback? So JARUL continues. Now today, three new demons have appeared to subjugate our nation. I had hoped this matter was behind us, but we are once more in need of great power. Then this is summer. Seems this job's over. Guess I'll go back to sleep. I'm speaking to you now, demons. You can take our culture and history, but let our little ones go. If you think this act will crush our spirit, you've made a grave mistake. So the giants are listening. Ronja, the goat, is hearing this. We will not show you the same patience Harald did. He's talking. He says war. He says I Harald was a pacifist. I'm not Harald. That's what he's saying. He's saying he said we're spinning the block. He says y'all don't want this. He said no. He's telling me y'all don't want the smoke. Trust us. You don't want this smoke. Okay. Okay. We will not show you the same patience Harald did. You speak of subjugating us and picture our people to be your slaves. Who the hell do you bastards think you're dealing with? Forgive me, little ones. Cover your ears if you can. Then this is Usopp. Well said, JARUL. The Elbeth I admire would never bend the knee. So the JARUL continues. If the Harley prophecies are true, the world is bound to face a great divide one day. So be it. From this day forward, all Elbaf will stand against the world government. Again, like this, the Straw Hat Alliance is too powerful. Like this is why Emu has to be Joy Boy level, low diff Shanks powered level type of character, because Luffy's fleet is just dumb. Like it's too powerful. Like this is like Luffy. Like in terms of military forces in One Piece, the Straw Hat Grand Fleet once he adds Elbaf probably is the strongest military force we've seen since Joy Boy. Emu has to be stupidly powerful to make this like not like Joy Boy Luffy stomps Straw Hat Alliance and 4 type stuff. Like this is crazy. All of Elbaf will stand against the world government. Did you really think some thorns, illusions, and this little reversey game would be enough to make us bow? And this is Zoro. I like this geezer. Hadruden, I bet you do. 300 years ago, he was known as the strongest being to ever hail from these waters. So when they say these waters, does he mean specifically? Is he talking about Elbaf? Like JARUL's the strongest. 300 years ago, Prime JARUL's the strongest warrior in Elbaf's history, or is he talking about like the waters of the world? Like Prime JARUL was known as the strongest thing on the planet. So I'm curious to see what the translation looks like. We will never submit to your dominion. The warriors are going, yeah! They're holding up their swords and weapons. What you say, proud warriors of Elbaf? Well said, Elder JARUL. Then Usopp is crying, yeah! The Elbaf I know and love is back. We get it already, Usopp. Focus on getting rid of these damn arrows. We will protect the peace Harald dreamed of. Yeah, so Dory and Brogy are there, and the warriors are backing JARUL, and JARUL got his sword out, ready for that action. We're finally so Zoro, Hardruden are heading to where Dory and Brogy are. We're finally here. They said if we get caught up between them, it's over. Zoro. Oh shit! He got the sword out. Don't worry, I have a plan. A spark of resistance flares. One Piece chapter 1172 end. That was a great chapter carried by a great speech. Jarul's a telling everyone the truth. So like remember the last week I was talking about what's gonna happen to Loki after this ends. So I was like, all right, he's gonna leave Elbath. Like he's gonna save them, and that's gonna get people to be on his side, or call it square. But because Jarul told them the truth, now it's like he can stay, but I still believe he's not like a quote unquote king like character. I think he's gonna echo Jarul's sentiments like, yeah, give me a boat, give me some dudes, we're riding on them tonight. Like after they repelled the Holy Knights, like Loki gets his crew, says, "All right, y'all, let's go. Let's head to the Holy Lands. It's time." So I could definitely see. So I said like they would be co-captains of the giant warrior pirates. I definitely see that happening. Ja Rule stays as king, and then Hadrudin and Loki are the co-captains. They're replacing Dorian Broggy. So I think Dorian. I don't know. So it's possible Dorian Broggy die here. But I think Luffy's going to be able to repel the Domi Reversi somehow. I definitely think the Luffy Joy Boy girl thing is gonna happen, and that's gonna flip Dorian Broggy, or at least maybe when he repels Emu, then they change back, or maybe he just hits them hard enough that they change back. Um, but we do know if you use critical mass with your Conqueror's Hockey, you can damage a Domi Reversi individual, and they will revert back to normal. But I think that's a risky last ditch move because you could accidentally kill them doing that too. So I definitely think we're gonna figure out ways to get Dorian Broggy back. But Oda could might kill Dorian Broggy. He could do that. Um, because like it feels like Dorian Broggy are Shanks dudes, and everyone else will be Luffy people. So it makes sense if he's like, all right, Elbaf is going to go from Shanks' territory to Luffy's territory. And the last two dudes that are holding it, or like the last two dudes that are connected to Shanks, dies, and the rest of the people are Luffy people. Or at the very least, with the giant warrior pirates, because Dorian Broggy are gone and Hydrudin and Loki are taking over. It's possible because they're Luffy allies, then they switch their allegiance to the Straw Hats rather than the red haired. So that could be something like that happens. So that's how it makes sense how like Shanks is okay with losing Elbath as a territory. Even though I don't think it's officially his territory, but he's that dude, you know. So this was a great chapter. This speech was awesome, actually. Um, like rallying up the troops. We're about to see the Elbath counter strike. We're about to see the true power of the giant warriors re-energizing all the base. That was a powerful speech. That was great. Oda did a great job writing that. I definitely felt the emotion coming from Ja Rule. Um, like that's spoken from a guy that knew nothing but war, saw peace, got used to the peace, but then let y'all know I was from the time of war. Like, don't forget. It's been peace for the last couple hundred years, sure. But when I was born into the time of action, we got busy, we got active when I was a youth. So that was pretty dope. Letting the world government know. And Emu's there listening. It's up. It's up. It's so like how much longer does One Piece have? Because like if the giant wars are legit gonna, so I guess he can do something where like all right, let's rebuild Elbath. Let's lick our wounds. Let's rebuild our armory. Let's rebuild our battleships. Let's heal our. Let's take care of all the casualties. So maybe they will do something like that, and it'll take them time to build up their army. Because if Oda wants to fast track this, he could have the giant warriors heading to the Holy Lands after this arc, like literally, like in the One Piece time. Like, all right, after they repel Emu, they disembark on a ship and the Straw Hats go off to the next destination. Um, so I definitely think they're gonna have some time where they're gonna have the giant warriors fixing their homeland, rebuilding their armory, and then by the time the final war happens, then they're gonna pull up. on Luffy's side to fight. Um, but it would be cool if they actually raided the Holy Land. But yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be more so when the final war happens. They're gonna pull up fighting on Luffy's behalf, or at the very least fighting against the world government if they're not gonna be like quote unquote a straw part of the Straw Hat Alliance. But I definitely think they're gonna be. Me and Hadruden already drank the sake cup. They already are. So that's why like it's possible Dorian Brogy die, Hadruden and Loki takes over, and that's how they become the Straw Hat Pirate. They part of the giant warriors come part of the fleet. Or it's possible Hadruden and Loki form their own crew, and then that crew is affiliated with Luffy. So I'm curious to see how this is going to end. Um, but yeah, it's really cool to seeing Gabon lay out the groundwork so no one's gonna be caught by surprise. He told them what Summer's ability is. He told them about Killingham, and he told them about Gunko, but he doesn't know about the Emu stuff though. But I'm curious to see who's gonna be the matchup. So Zoro and Hydruden are heading to um, Dorian Brogy. I'm guessing Sanji said he's heading to where Nami is, so Sanji's going to confront Summers, and Emu's there. Emu Gonku's there too. So Sanji's probably going to beat up Summers, and Emu Gonku's going to foderize Sanji because he's nerfed against women. And then Luffy's probably going to show up the last second to save Sanji or something like that in dramatic fashion. So that's going to be my prediction for next chapter. Sanji and Summers clash. Sanji briefly overpowers Summers. Gunko Emo steps in, fodderizes Sanji. Chapter ends with Luffy stepping in like a beast. Or, no. Because remember, Luffy and Loki are jumping upwards. Uh, like madmen. Like Luffy, like Loki's legit like, oh, I'm just gonna jump up like it's dumb. Again, ancient giant physiology is stupid. Um, so like the chapter's gonna end with before Emu Gunko's going to deliver a devastating blow to Sanji. Loki and Luffy are just gonna shoot up in the sky screaming, and the chapter's gonna end with everyone seeing Loki bounding up from the realm of the dead with Joy Boy on his shoulder. Um, yeah, I think Luffy probably might show up already in Joy Boy form, or maybe the chapter's going to end with him going into Joy Boy form. But yeah, that's my prediction on the next chapter. Um, but let me know what y'all think about this chapter. It was pretty cool. I really loved the speech from Ja Rule, rallying all the troops. We're ready for action. This is gonna be this final stretch of Elbaf is gonna be awesome in my opinion. Probably gonna be action heavy. Get some nice lore because he says something about the Harley prophecies. So you might get some more information about the old days, like the real old days. And the panel with the Holy Knights is pretty dope too. But yeah, I'm curious to see what the matchups are going to be. Who are Sanji and Zoro going to fight? Is it going to be 1v1s? Is it going to be team fights? A lot of people are wondering if Sanji has Conqueror's Haki, so we should be finding out hopefully soon whether or not Sanji either A has Conqueror's Haki or B can just or figure out some ways to counteract their immortality. I think Sanji has Conqueror's Haki because why not? It'll be weird in my opinion not to give Sanji Conqueror's Haki. Especially when you look at all the parallels between the Straw Hats and the Roger Pirates and the Red Hair Pirates. Multiple Conqueror's Haki users on the crew at a given time. Um, I see no reason not to give it to Sanji, especially when they highlight the importance of having conquerors to defeat immortality and the Domi reversing individuals. It's possible that Sanji's fire could burn through immortality, and that's a cop out. But I always thought his fire was hockey related, because otherwise, what the hell is it? Same thing with Ashura from Zoro. I always thought that was a Conqueror's Haki technique. I just think that was some type of weird manifestation of his Conqueror's Haki. Same with Sanji's fire. I know people are speculating like maybe Sanji got like Lunarian DNA because Queen was like, "How the hell are you lighting on fire? Only Lunarians can do that." So it's possible that Judge spliced in some Lunarian DNA in there, and that's where the fire's coming from. But I always thought like Conqueror's Haki could manifest itself in weird ways in individuals or give them unique abilities. Like even like Big Mom, how sometimes when she strikes stuff, you see electricity and fire, even without her using her devil fruit. She just like gets angry, throws a punch, and you see lightning bolts. What is that? How is that possible? Sometimes she throws a punch and you just see fire. What's going on there? I think it's Conqueror's Hockey. I think that's Conqueror's Hockey allows you to just do weird stuff. I think Astra is an example of the weird stuff Conqueror's Hockey lets you do. I think Diable Jambe is an example of the weird stuff Conqueror's Hockey lets you do. So that's my opinion on where what Astra comes from and how Sanji lights himself on fire. But it might be different explanations. But I always thought that's what those were. Um, but no, let me know what y'all think about the chapter. It was pretty dope. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next chapter, what the true strength of the Elbaf Pride looks like. So, like the video, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Manga After Dark out.